What's up, guys? We are going to have a very honest and real conversation. None of this is scripted. We're just kind of like winging it. We set up 2 professional cameras. They're all videographers and crushing. And we're just going to have some real chats. Bro, everyone tries to like make business seem so easy and like fun and exciting. And like the penthouses and the villas and the masterminds. Dude, and the Stripe invoices. But like, let's make this like about the real stuff. Like the real struggles we've all had to overcome. So what is like one big struggle you guys have had? Like what's one big struggle you guys have felt in life or in business?
Well, one of my biggest struggles I went through was not having any clients. And then a chargeback came through. Ooh. So I had I have a screenshot from my bank account. I had $1,000 in my checking account, negative $2,000 in my savings account because it was connected to Stripe, and $3,840 on a credit card. And so, like, I had that screenshot, and I was like, dang, this sucks. I had no clients through the door. My ex is freaking out at me, telling me to get a job. And all I did was, like, I smiled through it, and then I just hit up everybody at me for business. And so it was like, then I lended for $3,000, and it got the ball rolling. But I had to go through that, like, turmoil of, like, I don't know what to do. Am I going to get in that in 5? Am I going to go back to a job? My mind was just racing. And I just hit up everybody. So that's why I go back to it's not about being the best, it's about being the best known. If you're the best known, you'll get the business. So I just had to make myself unknown. So it's like stuff like that. It makes you appreciate the highs.
2 things that really stick out to me that were my biggest struggles was, 1, not knowing where your next client is going to come from. So like, hey, maybe you get some sales and like, okay, my bills are paid for this month, but then you try and go to sleep at night, your mind starts racing as business owners about everything, and then you start thinking about the future, and you're like, dude, I don't even know like how I'm going to make this work or where the next client's coming from. And I think that's where MRR comes in. That'll help you sleep a lot at night, just knowing that next month I got X amount coming in. And another thing was more related to sales and your value of just allowing other people to determine if you're valuable or not, or if you're good enough. Like, let's say they don't buy, or they have these objections of why they don't want to buy from you. And I would just like, it would ruin my confidence of like, oh, maybe video doesn't work, or maybe it's not valuable. And just the more experience that you get and the more confidence you build in yourself, you don't rely on other people to like look at yourself a certain way or to value yourself. I'm having trouble articulating that, but it's like just allowing other people to determine if you're valuable or not.
Yeah, that's something we all do. We all attach ourselves to income and Stripe invoices and client feedback. And that's not even client feedback, right? They're not even clients that have felt your service. So it's like their opinion's irrelevant. And a lot of the time it's like, it's not that they won't buy or don't want to buy. It's that we haven't conveyed the value enough for them to need to buy, right? And so that's why offers is something very important, because videography is like cool. Videography plus local ads, like it's game over, right? Everyone needs that. And so we just haven't conveyed enough value, and that's where really we'll just like bring more people in, and then that stacks your confidence at crazy and and your abilities. This game is tough. No one talks about it. I think that's why I wanted to do this, because like, you guys watching this, we all talk about like lessons learned and wins, and like, dude, that's like 10% of the time. Like the 90% is like getting beat down. The 90% is like having a bad day and sucking it up and getting back to work and just going to get a workout in and then coming back and just having a grind. Like, it is what it is, right? Family relies on you, your wife, you have to support yourself, your clients rely on you. And so it's like, it's brutal, man.
Yeah, it is brutal. But I feel like we've learned to not like get super down on that. It's like you have to stay stoic around the whole thing, like the highs and the lows, because you know where you're going in life. Yeah, it's like, don't get so down on the lows, don't get too high on the highs.
You know what's funny? The lows get higher and the highs get higher. So as the highs get higher, the lows get higher. And so like essentially like as we progress and we make more money, the lows now are like things I wish I complained about, right? Like I just had a shitty day because like they're doing construction at the penthouse in front of the ocean.
Yeah, right. You're not in Ohio anymore.
Yeah, so the lows are like different, right? But like still, it's getting to me because it's affecting my sleep and all that, all my bed back. But it's like little things like that. So like like client churn doesn't like matter. Like things like yeah, your lows get higher, which is nuts. And when you understand that and you know that, it's like it's a good feeling because this is the lowest I'll ever be.
I think too, just taking ultimate responsibility for everything in your business is huge because if you blame other people, I think that leads to those low moments because you think things are out of your control and certain things are, but as a business owner, you have to take ultimate accountability, responsibility for the results and where you're at in your business. So I just think that, yes, the more you're like less emotional, like you're not detached from that and you don't act on your emotions, then you know, it's more sustainable. Like your mood, your day-to-day is going to be a lot better.
I feel that like once I knew the numbers, once you grilled me about knowing my numbers, everything made more sense. And I let go of the emotions because I realized it was just a numbers game at that point. It's just a numbers game. The logistics of it, okay, send more DMs, we will get more business because of these numbers. You told me all your problems will go away once you double your numbers.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah. You got a record 84K a month. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And so, yeah, dude, like, that's the thing. Like, you got to know this stuff. Everything, like Ben said, everything is on us. Like, at the end of the day, we might, like, go blame the world for a second. Then you go get a workout in, and then you're like, all right, back to the grind, right? And so you might, like, everything's on you, right? So, like, even if my team's not performing, it's on me to go fire them and find a replacement. Right? I can't be like, oh, my setter sucks. My closer sucks. This happens. No, you suck. Like, go start leading more and go fire them like I just did with my setter, right? Just fire, new setter, whatever, we'll crush it. We're back at it. No emotion.
Yeah, and one thing, just as I'm beginning to get more aware of my numbers and things like that with working with you is, too, I think it's so easy to get shiny object syndrome and you think that this one marketing strategy or ad strategy is going to solve all your problems. But if you're not aware of the details of what's going on in your business, then there's no real way to tell like what the bottleneck is, what you need to solve compared to just watching YouTube content or buying a new coaching program for something different.
Yeah.
Just thinking that it's going to like solve all your problems. But
yeah, 100%. And you have to like, because the things you're like, when you don't know what your numbers are, you're throwing a blind dart trying to fix something. And it's so pointless. Versus I could look at your numbers or Sasha's numbers, and I could tell it's like the close rate, it's the setting process, it's the acquisition, it's the ads. I can literally look at the numbers and see what the exact bottleneck is. And if we can go and solve it, you can double your revenue, right? And so it's like, it's so simple, but like people don't track their numbers. You learn to like prioritize different things as you scale up, right? Like, we think other things are important, like being reactive and handling client messages 24/7, like, but we'll not prioritize the real stuff.
Ooh. So what do you prioritize now in business?
Leadership and content. Leadership and content, well, content mainly marketing. But leadership is literally everything. I will literally go like hire, fire, fast, no emotion. I will scale up. And so leadership is meeting with my team, painting a picture for the vision, making sure that their vision fits into mine. Right, I have to have a vision big enough for theirs to fit in mine. Right, my closer wants to make 30K and get a Lamborghini Urus. Awesome. How do I paint that picture for him to get that and working with me? Right. So like leadership is the biggest thing, and I gotta be like confident in showing my team that I'm able to do this, because your team will quit on you if they don't respect you. Your team will quit on you if they don't see or think you are able to bring in that ideal life. And like, I sure as hell know I could bring Sinwall while I'm looking at a Urus into his life, which I'm not bringing into his life. I'm bringing in the leads, the content, I'm bringing in the program, and he's closing them and getting the Urus in his life sooner or later, right? Sooner than later. But
Q4.
What? Q4. Me and you are getting Lambos in Q4. Launch. And so that's what I'm focused on, because like leadership, dude, people don't understand how important leadership is. Like, I used to think it was just kind of like, we hire a team, this. No, it's literally everything.
You've instilled two things in me. With my setter, number one, the first thing you asked me is like, what's his goals? What does he want to make a month? I was like, I don't even know. I'm like, dude, you got to know this. And then we told him, and he hit it that same month. He wanted to make $5,500 by the end of the year, and he hit $6,400 his first month after we knew our numbers. And then same thing with my videographer. Did the same thing. Paint the picture.
Remember when he said, I want to make like 5,500, whatever it was, in a year? I laughed. I laughed. But it was like, if you solve this, you can make that like ASAP. Yeah. And that's what happened.
It's crazy.
So that's when you know your numbers. And Ben's about to know his numbers.
Yes, sir.
Do you know your numbers right now?
No.
I can't. I'm not even gonna. I can't even judge. I didn't.
Yeah.
By the beginning of June, I did not know my numbers.
Yeah, like I don't know how many messages I'm sending or, how many sales calls and what's the close percentage of that. But, that's why I'm working with Boris over here.
I mean, dude, big things are about to happen. And
Yeah.
dude, it's game over. Like, it's time to take action. And like, once you know that stuff, we could implement the right people, the right teams, the right things, and it's game over. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. Oh, as in like painting this picture of a sick life where we're getting pitched and all these things. We're out here in Costa Rica. Let's get back into telling people like the real stuff, dude. Like the real, like the feeling. What's it feel like when you're trying to figure it out for years? Well, you were at Trader Joe's a couple years ago. I don't know what you were doing a couple years ago. I was $112,000 in debt 3 years ago, right? Yeah. So like, let's touch on this because like this is like the relatable stuff because like some of you watching this might be in those shoes of the 3K in debt, 112K in debt, not knowing your numbers, right? Like, how's that feel? And then how's it feel getting ahead of that? And so like, I can tell you one thing, like you feel like you're trapped in like a bubble of water and you can't breathe when you have that kind of debt. You just like can't breathe and you have so much tension on you and like, yeah. But like my point in talking about this stuff is like things can change fast. And fast is not like a month. Fast is 3 years. Like you can go from 100K in debt to millions in your bank account. Right?
Yeah.
So like, what were times where you guys felt these lows, but how did it feel like? And how did it feel inching out of it, like creeping out of that?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of shame involved because you're a man and you want to provide and have this certain lifestyle or, just be confident that you can pay your bills when you're first starting out and things like that. Like, my first year in business in 2020, I was working at a restaurant for several years just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Eventually decided to do this video thing. And my first year, I only made $18K, which is, it was just awful. And even the second year of just spinning my wheels, I only made 32. And like, yeah, it's just like all this time you put in, you're like, dude, it's like terrible. And long story short, I had a job for a year because I just needed like some type of security, and I learned a lot there. And then 2023 I hit the ground running and like tripled that. I did a little over 100 last year, and this year doing well over that, and we've almost hit that in like 6 months. So my point is just like having, like, when you don't have clarity of like just all the aspects of what you teach or what we talk about, like having good offer, like consistent lead acquisition, sales, fulfillment, like there's a lot of different parts, and when you just don't understand that, you can just feel like so helpless and just so lost. You don't know what to focus on. You don't have clarity, and that can just really suck. And but then once you like simplify everything, it just makes it a lot easier. You're a lot more confident in what you're offering, and it's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, I think like ever since it started with me with personal development. Even when I was working at Trader Joe's, I was listening to Wes. And then I was learning, I was going to the gym, working out, getting that mindset right more than anything. And then I realized like I didn't want to keep spinning the wheels on trying to do something on my own. And so I got into sales, I learned sales. Then when I was able to afford it, I paid Wes for business coaching. And then so that like immediately, I didn't know where I was going to take that, but I wanted to time collapse at a very early age. 3 years ago, my W-2 was $21,000 for working at Trader Joe's. 2021 tax return was $21,000 for the whole year. It's crazy. And then, like, I just wanted to time collapse very quick. I wanted to be the youngest person in the room making the most amount of money. And, like, at a very early age. And so, or not early age, like a couple of years ago. And so, like, I wanted to pay that down very quick. The ignorance debt that Alex was talking about.
Yeah.
The ignorance debt. So whatever it is, getting it right, putting it on a credit card. That's why I preach the coaching aspect a lot. Like, that's why I tell my followers to just invest in some type of skill set, whatever it is. Stuff like mindset, fitness, nutrition, learning that, or sales, building a business.
Sales is everything.
So it's like I didn't have that much of like a pain of like years of being like getting down that far in debt or anything, because like from working at Trader Joe's, making $2-3 grand a month, like I had the mindset of like to win. But obviously it's never easy. It's never easy. And so I did go down the roller coaster of entrepreneurship, and it's always a roller coaster.
A lot of personal development, a lot of self-belief, and like I believe you get paid what you believe you deserve. And like I'm starting to believe I deserve more and more and more and more. And like, because a lot of people, I know so many people that won't buy a supercar that can buy it in cash. Like they just don't buy it because they don't believe they deserve it, or they feel like the friends and family will think they're too cocky. Like I don't know. It's just like so stupid. We work so hard. And people don't see that. And like one thing you mentioned prior was you feel the pressure of a man to provide. That's so real. Like that's so real. Like you have a wife, I have a wife. Luke's gonna have an amazing, beautiful wife sooner or later. But whenever, so like, but we have to provide, and that's like another pressure, and like that's like a pressure because like we have to lead, and like even though we're getting beat down by the world, we could pause for a second, rant to our wife, and then get back to right. Like it's like she's not gonna solve your things, and so she's not gonna solve your problems, and so, but we definitely have to lead, and that's like it's a good pressure to have.
Yeah, that's how I got into personal development as well. Like, I just engaged to my wife, and I was 25, and I was like, dude, I still don't feel like a man. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, like, interesting feeling or thought of, like, I'm still, you still feel like a teenager almost, or like, you're 19, whatever. And, yeah, that's what led me down the personal development journey of just getting my shit together. And I think that was one of my best decisions because I was still at that job when I started to like lose weight, take my fitness more seriously, get sober. And then when I went back into doing video full time, like I hit the ground running because you're so much more confident in yourself and how you're showing up is so different. And yeah, like learning more about stoicism and all that type of stuff where you're just like not allowing your emotions to dictate your actions. And I think personal development is huge. But I think there's a lot of people who aren't where they want to be at, or let's say they're beginners, and they don't understand how, like, mindset is going to help them make more money. They don't know how, like, mindset relates to business, and they think that it's just, like, a bunch of woo-woo stuff. And what would you, like, both of you guys say to somebody who's like, dude, why do I need to learn about mindset? Like, what does that have to do with business?
Mindset's, like, the first thing. Mindset is literally beliefs. And like it's literally beliefs that you can have more in this life, and then the actual personal development is what gets you to deserve those things. And so like, there's zero motivation to work harder, invest into yourself, push yourself to the next level, unless you have the belief that you could have more. And so like personal development is literally everything because it's the thing that brings you back to your core and you're back to your focus and you're back to your whatever, like, sometimes with my clients, we're going and get some drinks and whatever. But then I come back right to it, right? Like the next day, back in the gym, back in the sauna, back in the cold plunge, back in the 12-hour days. Like, it's the mindset, like, that once you build it. And another thing, like, why do you see all these people that, like, 08 crash? I met so many people. 08 recession, they had millions and millions of dollars of properties, multiple millionaires, right? And so they have all these different things. 08 crash happens. They lose all of their assets. Within a year, they're back to it. It's not like it's not that they found a better offer. It's not that they found a new business. It's literally the belief, the confidence, the mindset, and the personal development that was already instilled in them that no one could take away. No recession could take away. And so, like, it's so important.
Yeah, it's everything. Mindset's everything. If you don't believe if you believe it's gonna happen, you're right. If you don't believe it's gonna happen, you're wrong.
Yeah. Like for you, I would like to hear your perspective as a videographer because, like, dude, there's so many, myself included, like, one, they don't understand how, like, a business owner is going to pay thousands of dollars to work with you. Like, they're like, dude, how, like, someone's going to pay you X amount for videos? Like, they're just charging, like, let's say a couple $100. But your mindset is so strong, like, you've been huge into personal development, and I think that helped you have success so early on. But, dude, there's people for years, like videographers who are broke as hell. I would just love to hear like your perspective on that.
I learned this. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So you have to be a man, a savage in every aspect in order to be able to collect $8,000-9,000 from one client. Most videographers, that'd be crazy. But it's videography plus ads that we're doing. And we've built the way up slowly but surely. It started with just the videos. But I believe that, like, I believe I'm more than just a videographer. You told me very early on, Luke, you're not a videographer. You're a marketing consultant. And ever since then, I told myself I am a marketing consultant. And that's what I believe. And then if I'm not just a videographer, I can go hire a videographer and he can absolutely crush it. My goal now is to help other businesses make money using ads, teaching them the ads. That's where the money's at. Teaching other businesses how to make money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because business owners just want results. They don't really care about content per se.
Yeah.
Like, they know it can help them make more money, but...
This is what I want to touch on because we're going to do another video about it too. It's like when you do videography, you're just reaching these people. You're reaching just an organic circle of people. When you run ads, now you're reaching, and you're hoping to build viral videography. You're hoping to reach these people, your ideal clients. When you run ads, you're taking this circle of organic and you're making it this big with paid ads, and they're coming to you. They're coming to your page now. That is being a marketing consultant. People can't crack that code. That's why they pay big money for that. We've cracked the code.
And the thing is, once you've got proof of concept in that circle, you get ad spend and get that circle, and that circle, and that circle, and freaking scale to the moon. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Yeah, they don't want to do more content shoots with Ben or Lou. They want to do more ad spend and get more results.
Yeah,
that's it. So that's the pivot going from videographer to marketing consultant. Basically, in fact, it doubled my revenue.
Yeah,
if not more.
It does start with the belief, though, because, like, someone could be like, dude, I'm 23. I'm not a marketing consultant. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's your belief of, like, how you look at yourself.
You have to do it first. You have to do it first. Personify the teaching so others wish to follow.
Yeah.
So if I didn't do it myself first, I wouldn't have any confidence in it.
Yeah.
So you have to do it yourself first. Because there's, like, I can go into any, like, sit down. Like, this is exactly what we'll do. And it's like, look at my Instagram page. You found me from the ads. You want other people, and like we're talking in person. So it's like it sells itself. And so it starts with the belief that you can do it, you get the results of it, and you can teach others how to do it. It's facts. That's facts. So, but it all starts with the mindset. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, 100%. One thing I want to say is like about regulating emotions. So like one thing that we do really, really bad, I do still really bad. So like when you're so emotions are this thing that you should be kept the same wavelength. Like to maintain energy throughout the day, your energy and emotions need to like just be cruising. And the problem is when you lose a deal, emotions drop, and when you get a pit, emotions spike up. Regardless, it all ends with you crashing down. And so one thing I'm learning to maintain is like similar FaceTime. The boys got pit. It's like $15,000 like in Stripe, and you look at it and you're like, let's go, like, right? Like, and I'm like all hyped up, and then like an hour later, crash.
Yeah.
It's like it's so hyped up. And so like for you guys watching, for everyone trying to win, when you're losing, take the emotion out of it. When you're winning, take the emotion out of it, because that's how you can win faster. Because if I'm not crashing and maintaining that energy, you just get more work done. You have more clarity. You have more peace. Like, because those up, like the flows of up and down, they kind of like even themselves out. And like it keeps growing, but like obviously you want more upward flow, upper spikes versus like the lower ones of maybe losses. But like, dude, they will literally mess you up. People don't think about that stuff. Like maintaining energy is so key. We talk about time management, but like no one talks about energy management. And like that's something we got to watch out for as entrepreneurs.
Yeah, because then like let's say you're making all this money and you're feeling the highs, you get all excited, then you crash. And then let's say you don't get another big sale or piff. Like, unfortunately, a lot of other people go to other substances to get that high, like to whether it's drugs or gambling or whatever. Yeah, if you don't like regulate your emotions, it can just like lead to all these other vices that you have in your life. And
oh man, that's deep. To feel that void because it's been a couple of days or whatever. Man, that's deep. Yeah, no, that's even deeper than a while. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, highs too. Keep the highs up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you want to stay like spiking up that dopamine, and you lead to other stuff. It's
like you can't have highs forever.
Yeah, it's kind of like the rich kid who like has all the money but he's not happy. So he starts doing all this other shit to try and get happy. And of course, money is great. It's very important to give you options and freedom, but like you don't want to rely on like happiness from money and all, solely or whatever.
Yeah. I've got something for you because you just said freedom. You've pivoted from innovators to create freedom.
Yes.
Why the pivot to create freedom?
Dude, you know what? I see all these people talking about, I go to a coffee shop and I write down notes and all. I'm like, man, that sounds sick, right? And so I did it for the first time ever. I took my iPad and I went there for 2 hours. And I've been thinking of doing a pivot because I was going to pivot from innovators to top coaches, but then we got more ADCs. I'm like, well, I can help them scale too. So I'm like, this is stupid. I can't do that. And so basically I was like, man, what does everyone want? And so I started journaling. I put in my headphones, chugged a black coffee or iced Americano, and I just had a hand. Started journaling. Like, I want money, I want peace, I want love, I want this. And I just kept coming back to freedom. And then I was like, a different aspect. I kept journaling, like, what do I want? What do I appreciate out of my life? I have the freedom to travel whenever I want. I have the freedom to live in Costa Rica. It just kind of like clicked that I have freedom. And like, I sought after that for so long. You guys been to my home. Well, some of you guys have, like, it's right on the ocean. And like, I wanted that for so long, right? And I just wanted to move out of Ohio, live in a foreign country, right? And basically I just like, I have freedom. And I realized that's what I looked at. I wanted that more than money because money buys freedom. And then another reason I did create freedom was because we can create freedom. We can literally create freedom for our lives. And not everyone's after money. I talked to so many of my clients, they're after better marriages, which if they can retire their wife's chilling, not working at a crappy job, and they make more money, then they can travel as a family more. So it's like more freedom created. And so it's not all about the money. And so I realized everyone had different goals, but everyone wanted freedom. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants, that's all humans want. They don't want a boss breathing over their neck. They don't want to stress about bills every month. They don't want to take a vacation once a year, right? And so I wanted a $10 million rebrand. That's what I got. A $10 million plus rebrand, which I'm excited to run with.
Dude, it's so crazy. Like, just all the things that you were just talking about, it's so easy to forget how much freedom we have. Even though I don't have this like luxurious lifestyle yet, like I still have so much time freedom and, a lot of location, freedom and like for my schedule. And sometimes I'll talk to like a random person. I forget, like they were stoked to have like X amount of PTO. I'm like, that's cool, but God, that sounds terrible. Like, yeah. So it's crazy. Even here, I was actually thinking about it of just like, knowing, okay, I've got X amount coming in July. Like, don't worry. Like, enjoy your time here in Costa Rica. Like, you don't have to trip out or whatever about money. And yeah, that's freedom. That's cool.
Had to request time off.
Yeah. Yeah, you just book the flight and go. You're like, all right, cool, let's go.
And then you could still work while being here. We have our laptops and our phones.
So that's why I did that freedom. But that's why I did that change. But dude, I love the energy, right? We're not here to party. Like the people that came here, recording content, all the laptops are out. People don't see that. People think that like the 9-to-5ers and all the other, they think that when we meet up for masterminds and meet up for vacation, we're just like escaping. We're not escaping our lives, right? Like we might get lit tonight and play some Pong and want to whoop you guys, right? Because that's my celebration for the last night of whatever. And then I'm locked in. But like, I love it because look, you guys are this is work, right? Laptops everywhere. Everyone's doing.
Yeah.
So Wall's taking a sales call from me right now. Like, are you Joseph at 2 a.m.? Joseph at 2 a.m. Yeah. It's a different energy though. What 9-to-5er would do that?
No.
What 9-to-5er would take their laptop to a tropical vacation? Right? Yeah. You guys are all built different. And that's why you're here.
Yeah, sometimes you forget it's work. Like, we've been talking about how business is hard, and it is, but, like, I had a videographer who was helping me out, and he's like, dude, this is our job. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't feel like a job. Like, it's, it's pretty chill, pretty easy.
That's the fun thing about the videography side. It's very fun. It's like, it doesn't feel like work. As soon as I get back, we're going on a boat, and we're filming content for a boat rental company, a jet ski rental company. And it's like, that's not work. My videographer is stoked to go on a boat to film.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's cool.
what kind of life? Like, we built this life, though, and it came from blood, sweat, and tears. Maybe not blood, but like some sweat and some tears from.
I may have scraped my knee a time or two.
Actually, yeah. Maybe some blood. Oh, yeah. But like, we've created this. So many people can. I feel bad because they're stuck.
You know what? I don't feel bad. I used to be like, oh, I feel bad. They don't want it. All right, let's talk about this. People don't want it, right? People like I stopped feeling bad because it's literally a crabs in a bucket mentality. Everyone wants to keep each other poor. Everyone wants to keep each other comfortable. It's the weirdest thing in the world. And the reason I don't feel bad anymore, and I used to feel bad when I first started making a couple $100K, even my first meal, I tried to bring everyone up. I was like, family, you're coming with me. Friends, you're coming with me. This person I know that I just met at the gym, you're coming with me. We're going up. And I'm like, dude, get this habit tracker. Dude, do 75 hard with me. Dude, come to this event or come to this seminar with me. And I try to raise everyone up. And the reason I'm like, I don't care anymore is because I can only show, I can't tell. And so the only thing I can do is inspire my family and friends. And that's the only people I should try to bring up at this point. It is the only way I could do it is showing them the lifestyle that they could have had or can have. And so like when I have family, we're getting a yacht, right? They come to Florida or whatever, or a boat. I always rent a boat, private motor, right? We're all chill. Like yesterday, I was sick, right? Like I show my family, hey, I just throw a couple grand and rent us a boat. Or here's a penthouse. Here's this. Let's go to a restaurant. I'll cover you guys. Or like, and so the reason I don't feel bad anymore is because people don't want it. And all I could do is do my best, is show them what's possible, but not try to push it. Because people started despising me because I tried to push this lifestyle onto them. And that's such a problem because you guys are about to start making like crazy money and you're going to try to bring up someone with you. You're going to try to bring up someone with you and just don't. Like just leave a little rope for them to grab onto if you want it, but don't try to pull their hand up, right? Like,
yeah, you can offer it.
I don't even offer anymore.
Show it or something.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's actually exhausting. And here's the funny part. Like, not only will they despise you for it, but they'll kind of like judge. They'll judge you for wanting more and doing more. Mm-hmm. Like, Boris, why'd you need to do that? Why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to give my parents a vacation? Why'd you do this? Like, I'm hearing all these like crazy things. I'm like, bro, you guys are like small thinking, right? Yeah. And so like, dude, you guys, people don't want it. People don't want it. Mm-hmm. Like, they just don't.
That's why I respect business owners, and why I started working with business owners is because I just respect them for what they do. They had to, a lot of the ones that I work with, they had a skill or they had a degree, a job, and at some point there was a turning point where they wanted more. They started this business, they scaled it up, they've got all these employees. Like, I have an immense amount of respect for them, and that's, it's really cool to help them out. And compared to just working with the average Joe or whatever, and it's just kind of draining the way that they think and all that. So it's cool to be around like-minded people and all help each other with whatever we offer, whatever service we provide. It's cool.
100%. And the crazy thing is, like, when I say it, it's not out of arrogance, it's out of love, because everyone can have the lifestyle. Everyone has the opportunity. Anyone watching this video can wake up, watch this YouTube video, and leave their 9-to-5 or start a side hustle or start a business or invest to themselves. Like, guys, you have YouTube. I'm looking straight at you. You have YouTube. You can literally YouTube anything nowadays and go start making your first 10K a month online. And so, like, when I'm, like, hard on people for it, it's because, like, I want them to have better. Because I've tasted what it's like to look at the menu and not worry about it. To get the car that you want, to get the place that you want. And so, like, you want that for people, but you can't force them to have it.
Yeah, a lot of exposure, bro. You got to, like, expose people to it. And then once you see it, you feel it. And you're like, man, I can't go back from what this is. Even just, like, whenever, we went to the Fort Lauderdale house coming here, I'll come back home. I'm like, all right, we need to clean shit up. We need some better furniture. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to upgrade here. And it's just like, you won't stand it anymore. You have this, like, new standard of, like, what needs to be done. It's pretty funny how it
You
works.
usually have to pay to get in those rooms. But once you're
Yeah.
exposed to it, like
Yeah.
the other people here and us, like once you're exposed to it, you realize it's not that far away.
You always have to pay to do those. And so like that's something you guys like. No, not always. I had a couple friends, but I was not supposed to be there. I was like that dude that shut up and mess sometimes. So like there's no way I could have been. I was just cool with them, right? Like we were just whatever. But 99% of the time you have to pay to play. It's a pay to play world, right? Like what do you like? Look at Wes's stories. Like Big West, he goes and shouts out a couple people at a time. They're all paying him tens of thousands of dollars to be around him and have food with him and stuff like that. And so it's like, dude, like you have to pay to play.
Yeah.
And from that one story, that person will also be 10K.
Yeah,
Because the new clients.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. So it's like, look, we've all paid to be here. We've all paid you to be here.
Yeah.
And now we're around other videographers doing the same exact thing. And it's made us think so much bigger.
Other videographers, coaches, business owners, all these other random business owners, right? Like it's not just videographers for you guys watching. It's like a bunch of different people that are crushing.
And I respect how much you invest into coaching as well. For the people who may not know Boris and think it's like a scam, why are they all paying Boris then? But yeah, like, you know, you investing in like Dan Martell, all that stuff.
$350 in the last like 3 years. $350,000 in the last 3 years in coaching. Just last month, I spent $22,000 in coaching. Like 3 coaches I hired. One for ads, Dan Martell renewed, and then Jason for content. Like it doesn't stop.
How amazing is that, though? So you've invested $350,000 for all these coaches down to you, Boris. And then now you're helping all of us. And then we're able to help all of us with all the knowledge that you've learned from $350K. What we've also invested in other coaches that invest like $20K-ish. And so then it goes to all of ours.
Yeah.
So there are coaches out there, like you're getting so much more value than the 5, 10, 15K it is.
It's the compound effect, right? And guys, like one thing you guys have to realize, like when you see people winning, when you see Luke with the 85K month, dude, Ben's crushing the game. When you see these people crushing it, it's not that they just like it's not that the skill just like took off somehow. It's that they learn how to talk with people. It's how they learn how to hold the camera. It's that they learn that they're worth more. It's that they learn about ads. It's that they learn about tracking KPIs. And then bam, it all comes together and it's like your business is thriving. And like people don't see that part.
Yeah.
Also with the 3 month, you told me something as soon as I moved to St. George 4 months ago. Luke, the efforts you're putting in today will pay off 3 months later.
Yeah.
Talk about that. What is so important about that?
Dude, because that's the beauty about business. People give up way too soon. People give up in their first 90 days. And they're in seed planting mode. We're always in seed planting mode, yet they don't reap their harvest. And so we're always putting seeds out there. Like, all right, if I spend money on ads, I don't expect to close people for the next 90 days. And that's why you have to suck it up and spend money on ads. And obviously, guys, like the ad strategy crushes and you get your first client within a month and whatever, right? So you get clients coming in. But the majority of the clients come in 90 days after. All the results come in 90 days after. All the connections I have, if I talk with a business owner, like the trust it takes to build up takes 90 days. So like it's just a bunch of different things. And like people don't see that.
Yeah, your time horizon has to change with business. Like I just closed someone that I met maybe a year and a half ago and meet them a couple times in person, you post content, and then eventually they reach out to you. But yeah, you have a better strategy where it happens sooner, but it's funny how it works out like that. Just like someone, or the like butterfly effect of like, oh, I met this person and that led to this person, then I went to this event, and it just like trickles down. It's like, oh, if I never met that one person 2 years ago, I wouldn't even be in this room here today, or however it works out. It's so funny.
That's huge. Let's get
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah, so I was just thinking that, like, the 3 month thing, June was 3 months after. So my June record month was 3 months after launching ads. So it's literally crazy. Literally planted the seeds, moved to a brand new city. I knew 2 people, and then 3 months later, that month was a record month. We hit 84K.
Imagine that. Imagine what's about to happen in 3 months.
Yeah.
You guys need to do a new client interview
Yeah,
from your last
we have
one.
to remake that. You look back at the conversation. Oh, this client came in a month before because they started following a month before. This month, this person 3 weeks before, a month before. They engage in your content because of how boards will teach you ads. It's like they're in your funnel.
Play the long game, guys. play the long game. And here's the thing, like, you know how there's that trickle down effect, right? Of like people, I know this person, you met this person on Mastermind. One of the biggest things that people underestimate is reputation, right? Remember when you were like trying to make some risky moves with like how you ended up like whatever your clients at first, and you're like, boss, how should I handle this? I'm like, Luke, honor your word with that guy, right? Honor, because reputation is literally everything. If someone pays me, I over deliver, right? If someone comes into my world, I try to maintain a reputation and a standard for myself that is just like impeccable. And so anytime someone refers to someone, you come off amazing, but it's like authentically you. And so the man you become holds a high reputation and standard for himself. But like reputation is everything, because how that trickle down effect works with you getting a bunch of referrals in the same way the trickle down effect works in a negative way. So I know people that tell me, don't do business with that guy. That guy screwed me over. That guy sucks. This and this happened, right? And no one works with them, because people think that entrepreneurship is like, it's so big, but like they don't understand that people talk. I talk with Colin Yerkes, I talk with this person, I talk with this person. And these are guys doing millions and millions of dollars. Like, they talk. And they will literally be like, you'll get like blacklisted, right? You're like, we don't want to hang out with that guy. And so reputation is literally everything. And so like when someone pays you, go above and beyond. Like someone, like it's a Sunday and I should be chilling with my wife, I'm replying to Slack messages from my clients. Like, I'm going above and beyond anytime I can. And like, you have to maintain a reputation. That's really good. That's all I'm gonna say about reputation, because like people need to like understand that, because like people play the short game. People will screw over a client, or they'll get paid and not deliver. And like the problem with a lot of you business owners, I'm looking at you and you, whatever the camera's set up, I'm looking at you guys, right? The problem with you guys is you're so focused on collecting the cash that you're more concerned about collecting the cash than you are about the fulfillment. And like, we all love cash, we all love it, but like if you handle the fulfillment really, really well, the cash will like triple, because of referrals, because of connection, because of people really appreciating your program and getting client results. And then you have client wins and case studies and client interviews. And so like, focus more on fulfillment and cash. Like, guys, there's so much time in the day. Cut out the BS. And so, yeah, so important. Conrad, someone that's young, what questions do you have for three of us?
How would you improve the client fulfillment side of things? Because like you said, in my mind, I'm not worried about cash right now. Yeah, I want more ad spend, right? Because you always want to increase your ad spend. But how would you make sure that you're fulfilling for the client and, like you said, over-delivering, right? For example, we're all videographers here, so you can keep it...
Stages to it. So the people that are watching aren't all videographers, but stages to the game. So at your guys' stage, it's working around your client's schedule even more. Offering them a free shoot day. Offering them suggesting different things for the business. Going above and beyond. Looking at their profile and optimizing it and helping them do this thing. Looking at their studio and helping them change up a few things. Helping them like look at their team. Like when someone asks me for advice about their content or something, I will literally like ask so many questions that I can literally change the whole business model or change their everything. Like, it's just like, they don't ask me for it. I just give it to them because I see the problem. And so when you see the problem, when you see something you can give someone, you give it. And so at your stage, I would literally over deliver. More content days, more shoot days, more this. For my stage, what I can do is ask my clients more questions, because we're getting a lot more people. And so I'm creating a very nice accountability flow of when a client comes in, we're asking, hey, did you launch your ads? Hey, how's the setting process? How's this? So I'm working on all of this stuff until we sit. So that's what I could do at a high level, because I can hire a CSM and all these other things and just like really help me with that. And then I can answer high level questions. But you know what I mean? So kind of a long answer, but for when you guys are like starting out, like, you're a slave to your clients. I hate to say it, like, you guys are like escaping the 9 to 5 because you're a slave there. Like, when you start out, you're a slave to your clients, whether you like it or not. Like, that's the game. They're paying you. Your job is to literally like give them so much value that they're like, dude, I want to be around Conrad or Boris and Ben or Luke or whatever, right? So it's like, at first it's just like, dude, just going so hard for them, above and beyond for them, like,
speed helps too. Like getting things done. Like, you'll get a lot more referrals getting things done fast compared to like, they may talk about a past videographer is like, oh, it took so long just to get one video back, or like that's huge. Sometimes I'll send a video like 4 hours later. And they're like, what? Yeah.
That's sick.
Only when I can, but you know, sometimes it's cool if you have the time to like get things done super fast.
So that's the wow factor. My editor does that. I freaking love. I'll record content
Yeah.
and then that same day we'll post it. I'm like, what the hell? This is nuts. No, but speed, everything. Speed is everything. And then another thing that's so important: communication.
Yeah.
Communication with your clients. If you're running late on something, you let her know. If this is happening, you let her know. If you have advice for them, you let her know. If you want feedback to improve the process, because clients will oftentimes bite their tongue and they won't tell you what they think is wrong with the situation. They'll just like not say anything and then fire you, right? If you ask them, hey Connor, I've loved working with you so far. Is there anything I can do to improve? What can we do? I think that I have this advice on this, and these suggestions. We should do content at the beach or whatever. But like, when they ask you something, you reply to them ASAP. Like ASAP. To end off this video, guys, I want to say something that is the only thing that will make you succeed. We give you guys a lot of tactical advice. Ben is giving you stuff. Luke is giving you stuff. But if you don't take action, nothing happens. Nothing in your life happens. And so a lot of people will be given the roadmap. Imagine this. Imagine that you're like a blind person and you pay a coach or you watch it for YouTube videos, and for some reason, like you can now see. And you can see one direct path forward, and I can give you that path forward, but I can't make you walk it. And so take that action. And a lot of you guys are like, you're trying to figure out problems. I don't know who needs to hear this. You're trying to figure out problems that are 10 steps ahead. They're not even a problem in your life right now. They're literally in anticipation of your limiting beliefs. They're literally something that you think will happen or probably will happen. But by the time it happens, you're a way more capable person of handling that situation. Why are you spending your time thinking about it? Right? So take the freaking action of the next step.
I think I needed to hear that.
Yeah. We all think about this stuff. I'm trying to map out the $250K a month. Like, I haven't even hit 150. We'll hit this month probably, but like, and then 200, and then 5 or 250. Like, it's stupid. Why am I struggling with like this person? These limited beliefs of like, dude, just take action. The road like clears up as you're running through it.
Yes. When the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah.
When the student is ready, the teacher appears. And like, if you're a coach looking to take that next action, but you just don't know which way to go with it, like you just need to focus on one. If it's to build a Instagram profile, running ads, and getting clients to you, this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, and I was a huge, like, one of those people who would watch hours of YouTube content and not take any action, just freaking jerking off watching YouTube. You know, just, you know, learning, you know, even if you're taking notes, cool, but, like, I still wasn't really taking action. And it's really funny, like, once you start doing stuff, you'd be so surprised, like, how fast results can happen. And yeah, there may be people who are, you know, spending too much time watching Boris's YouTube channel, and you might need to book a call. But no, I'm just advocating for Boris. But it's true though. Like people, like whether it's posting the content, running the ad, reaching out to people, like you just can't think your way into results. Like it just doesn't.
You don't deserve it at that point. Think about it like manifestation. Like I think about it like, bro, you're not doing anything with your life.
Yeah, there's a law. I learned kind of recently that nobody talks about the law of action, which is another universal law. And it's like the manifestation is not going to work if you don't put in the work. And it's
Vision without action is straight up delusion. Action without vision is a waste of time. Like action without vision. If you're just hitting the hammer harder, no, you're gonna sharpen the edge.
If you think you're hitting the hammer harder, you see everything as a nail, right? So like you're like hitting your hammer, and like you see everything as like you see the same, right? Like you see everything the same. Every opportunity is equal. Versus like if you just like put the hammer aside and like I would say you're building a house, you put the hammer aside and like you just like invest in yourself. You go to the gym and you invest in the coach, and like now you're like you can have a nail gun. Say you're doing a roof and you have a hammer and you're just like hammering your way all your life and you're grinding. You think brute force is the thing that gets you there. And like you take one step back, invest in yourself, go to the gym, get around other people, and then you get a nail gun. And then you start going on the roof faster. And then you learn another skill, which is delegation and leadership. And then you have a contractor working on the roof and you're out here finding projects.
yeah.
Right? I don't know why I use a roof analogy, but that's how it works. A lot of you guys just hammering the hammer. Screw the hammer, guys. Get the nail gun, hire it out, make some money, and take action. Let's go.